everybody, welcome back to Women Carry Knives. On the table in front of us, we have something that I've just been having a blast with. This thing is just a chunk, and it is so much fun. What is this? Well, we are looking at the Sitivien 133. And, you know, we enjoy our Sitivien knives. They're definitely budget-friendly. This is only $29.99 on Amazon. And really, for $29.99, you're getting just a really kick-butt knife. Before I get into it, you guys, if you could hit that like button, I'd really appreciate it. It does help out the channel. If you're not a subscriber, I'd love to have you hit that subscribe button because I would love to have you here all the time. All right, let's dive into it. So for $29.99, what are you getting? Well, this is going to be a D2 blade. And I know a lot of you guys are going, D2. But you know what? This thing is just a chunk. It has been, I've been having so much fun with it. It's something that you're going to notice when it's in your pocket because it is so big, but it has been just an absolute blast. You have these beautiful micarta handles. Let's get a little bit closer there if you guys can check that out. Well done. I really do like it. Now they do come in brown, black, and green. It is a flipper. And you do have some jimping on the back of your flipper tab. I don't know if you can see that well. And it does run on bearings. Really, for $29.99, getting some beautiful micarta on this with great texture. I mean, this micarta feels really good. It has some awesome grip to it. Now, you do have some milled out liners in there. However, I don't know if I can show you guys that. Let's see if I stand up here. If I can catch, there you go. You know, but it is still a big knife and you are still going to notice it. It came nicely centered. I do like that. The edges are all nicely rounded or chamfered, whatever you guys would like to call it. Nicely rounded. There are no real hot spots on this thing. Everything is nicely smooth, even the spine of the blade. I do love the way that they've done the tip of that knife. So it's a nice thick chunk of steel. I know they say don't use it for pry bars, but I mean, you could almost, this one's so thick, you could almost, you know, pry it with it. Don't tell Therapeutic Edge I said that. It is a right hand carry only, but your clip is going to be inset into your micarta, which is nice. Your scale's there. However, your screws are not inset, but that is okay. You kind of have that hidden lanyard space back here, which is really nice. You do have some jimping on the back of your spine here with just a tad bit of a ramp, a thumb ramp right there. All right, you have a liner lock. As I said, it did come nicely centered. Your lockup on this, and I always do this with black knives, it's very hard to see. Your lockup on this is going to be very light on this one. I'm going to blind everybody for a second. Let's see, let me turn that down. All right, your lockup is going to be, we're going to call that, that's really light. That's like maybe 10%. So, and now I have the dog going crazy. But very smooth. I mean, this, you know, only takes a little bit of a shake to drop. And when you're dropping this one, it's kind of nice because your flipper tab is right there. So it's not going to, and I can't show you guys obviously up and down, but when it drops, it's going to hit your finger. So those of you that are worried about cutting your finger, you don't have to worry about it with this one. The handle is nice and thick. I mean, this is, you know, it really is just a chunk, but it is still that rectangular shape that I like. So it is very, very comfortable in hand. The pocket clip has extremely good retention on it. It is a deep carry clip, but not really a true deep carry. What do I mean by that? Well, here's a piece of paper that I was cutting things with and having fun. Let's put it this way. So you can see the retention on that's pretty good. I wrinkle the paper trying to get it under there. All right, let's do it this way. So you do have just about a 1/4 inch sticking out of pocket. Now the funny thing is with this size knife and the width of it, having a 1/4 inch seems so much less than a smaller, narrower knife, which is kind of funny to me. But the pocket clip, as I said, is not a hot point, but maybe that's because of where it sits in my hand. You can see this is definitely a larger knife. I could actually get a couple more fingers on there, assuming I had some, to do a couple size comparisons here. Let's take a look at it next to, well, let's start with a small knife. Let's start with the Baby Banter. So you can see, I mean, very big knife, very small knife. You're talking, you know, 4 inches bigger, just about overall. All right, take a look at it next to the Bug Out. The Bug Out I definitely consider to be more of a medium-sized knife, so you can see that, yes, I'm still going to put that one. It's just a tad bigger, but I'm going to go ahead and put that one in the larger category. And then lastly, let's take a look at next to our Rat 1. So the Rat 1 is maybe an inch, all told, maybe about an inch bigger. Not even an inch. Okay, we're talking a 1/4 inch. So even though I was going to call that a Marge for medium large, I'm actually calling that one a large because I think it deserves it. Not just because the length, but because the width of it. And you get this nice fat blade. I really like it. Now, you do have kind of that high flat grind on here. I believe it is a black stonewash. Well done. I love how it's just kind of has, as people call the whole blacked out look, the murdered out look. I really do like that. There's something about it that I really do like. Your blade length is going to be about just over 3.5 inches, and you're going to get a 3.5 inch cutting edge on that. Your handle or closed length is going to be just, we go right at the edge there, just about 4 3/4. And that is going to give you a beautiful overall of just over 8 1/4 inches. Now, weight-wise, as I said, this is a heavier knife. So let's go ahead and do weight. Now, I know that they say this is 5.33 ounces. So let's go ahead and see. 151 grams or 5.3 ounces. So that's a nice heavy knife. That is something that, you know, I think with me, the heavier knives, when I use them, it kind of, the weight of the knife just kind of helps me do whatever it is I'm doing. If I'm doing more of a harder use to it, you know, for doing something little, I don't need a super heavy knife. This is actually nice. This is very sharp. I do love that. I don't have anything really to cut. I've got a toothpick sitting here, you know, and I can't even get a handle, but look at, we can do some little toothpick shavings, which are now flying all over my table. I do have a little piece of paracord that I was playing with earlier. And actually, I'm not even really having to press that hard on that. So that's really nice too. I do like that. This has been an absolute blast to have. I've always said that when you have a knife, I mean, $30, okay? $29.99, $30. When you have a knife like that, the beauty of it is for $30, if you break it, you're not going to be so worried to purchase a new one. Yes, you can go out and you can spend a lot more money to get something that is maybe won't break so easily. I honestly, the way that this is built, this has been pretty tough, and I don't see this one breaking easily at all. However, as I said, if it does, I would go buy myself a new one. I'm actually totally okay with that. Not a problem. I will leave you guys a link down to this knife in the description if you are interested in picking one up. I do actually have an affiliate link to their website. I will put that in there. If you do use that, any proceeds that I do make go back into the knives that we give away on the channel. It also helps with shipping and purchase of new knives to review. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Again, this has been the Sitivien 133. I've enjoyed reviewing this. It has been a blast to have. And we will see you guys next time. Thanks so much for joining me.